What's up, metalheads? My name's Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. If you are new, please consider subscribing. If you enjoy this video, hit that like button for me. Alright guys, I just thought I recorded a video of me installing these titanium RGT scales on Craig's Little Native, and apparently it did not record, unfortunately. So just a little update after the fact. In the beginning of that video though, well, the video I thought I was recording, I gave you an update on the little toolkit I'm having made. We did have enough interest where I'm having 10 made. They won't have the lime green. There'll be some purple and another color. I'll surprise you when it gets here. I have made some changes though. I think I already told you I'm going to include Wiha T6, T8, and I have T10 bits that'll be delivered tomorrow. So you'll get a T6, a T8, and a T10 bit in here. You're also going to get a pack of 50 doodads with it. They won't fit in the case, obviously. And you're also going to get a little 5 milliliter needle bottle, so it'll have one of these needles on it. Pro Shot, so you'll have lube, bits, and the driver. And also, this thing came with this little mini microfiber here. It's really, really thin. I ordered some different ones to use in there, so you're going to get a nice little microfiber in there also. And a sticker will be on the outside here. I'm probably not going to put one on the inside also, but I will throw a couple extra stickers in there for you guys, like a little sticker pack. I have more stickers coming, so they should be here soon. But let's talk about these RGT scales real quick. What's the most painful part about this is I've been messing around with this knife now for an hour and a half, 2 hours, trying to get it to function properly, and it just will not. It just will not get back to have the action it had before. So I'm going to leave it like this and send it to Craig, let him play with it. I've got the pivot loose enough right now to where I got just a tiny bit of blade play, right? Just tiny bit. But even there, it's just not good. If I go tighter, it's even worse. So I think there's some type of a fitment issue with this. I can't figure out what's causing it. I've tried and tried. I've disassembled this thing 3 times, 4 times, put it back together. No matter what I do, this is really stiff right here. It's free right there, but as soon as it gets to here, really stiff. I also got different spacing. If you look, see how this is thicker than that? It is a well, here, let's just pop this off real quick. It is a captive liner in there, a captive pivot, and it's in the captive part where it should be. Oh, that's T10. I don't need T10. I need T8 and T6. Actually, let's go ahead and do the T6 first. I'm going to pop this off and just show you what I'm talking about real quick. So, oops. So you do have captivity, a captive pivot there, and as you can see, the flat parts right down there at the bottom of the scale, or where the captive pivot should go. There were also a couple little weld marks left on here, right down there and right there, that were sticking up. And on the old scales that were on here, you can see how over time that kind of dug into the scale, like right down here. See a little divot in there? I don't know how well it's going to show up, but that little weld, spot weld piece right there was kind of digging into the micarta. I don't know if that was causing a problem or not, but I did get that to level out flat. It would dig into the micarta, but it's not going to dig in. You can see where it started to make, well, it's not going to dig into titanium like that, right? So I knocked those down to get that flat, thinking that was the problem. And that did not resolve the issue. My captive pivot has turned around now. Turn it back around here. Get it back to where it needs to be. There we go. This one's captive also, but it It's captive from this liner, so you can't turn this one. It is what it is. You can't move it. So get the captive pivot on there where it needs to be. That's where it goes. There's no way to adjust it anymore. Put this back on here. Beautiful scales, though. I gotta say that. These things are absolutely gorgeous. Rip's Garage Tech is who makes these fat carbon scales. He made this fat carbon pocket clip. He made these fat carbon scales. He made these fat carbon scales. So, does really good work. I've never had an issue with any of his scales before. But this knife had great action before I put these scales on it. I've even taken it apart, put it back together with the old scales. Just make sure, am I just totally missing something here? No, when I put it back together with the old scales, I don't have this problem. It's just something's going on with these scales. So I'm gonna leave them installed and send this back to Craig and let him play around with it and decide what he wants to do, because something's off here. I can't figure out what it is. Okay, no blade play. I know I loosened this side up quite a bit over here. Turn that back a little bit. I'm going to loosen it up. No blade play yet. I want to get a little blade play, and then I'll tighten it up till I have no blade play. Little drivers work great, by the way. Done several disassemblies, had no issues with it whatsoever. They're being made now, so I'm not sure how quickly they're going to be able to be made and be sent to me. Hopefully soon. So I got blade play there, so if I get the blade play out of it, that's when it gets so stiff. So I'm going to go like just a tiny turn, right? The screws are really loose. Still got a tiny bit of blade play. Let's check our centering. We're pretty much dead nut centered, so let's get that blade play out of there. Still got a little blade play. Still got a little blade play. And I'm just turning this like 1/10 of a turn at a time, right? No blade play. Now it's stiff. Stiff as can be. If I go back let's check the centering real quick. Still dead centered. If I go back just a tiny bit, I mean, I'm talking not even 1/10 of a turn. Still got a little bit of blade play. I cannot get the blade play out and have this thing have any kind of good action whatsoever. This thing would, in these scales, I could close this knife easily, you know what I mean? Without needing two hands to do it. With these scales, it's really tight right there. It's loose up here, gets down there, it's really tight. And again, if you look, see the crack right there between that scale and the blade? There's no crack, right? Look on this side. The left side, you get a bigger gap there. Don't know what's going on. Seems like something's just slightly off in the scales. First I thought it was me. I was probably just screwing up as usual, but like I said, I've disassembled this thing many times at this point. Let's back that screw out some. Super stiff, yeah, super stiff. Tighten that back up. That shouldn't really affect it. Okay. Bring this back just a hair. I can flick it fine. It's just really tight right here. I even polished the washers too. polished his washers. I did all that on camera too and didn't record any of it. I felt like such an idiot. See, now I've got a decent amount of blade play, and I can almost shake it shut, but I'm going to tighten it back up. I'll talk to Craig and let him know what's going on. Let him decide if he wants to keep it like this. And, because, God, does that not look good? Look at that, man. Or if he wants to try to get a different set of scales. Craig's a master at this shit, too, though, so he may be able to figure something out to tune it better, but I don't know what else I can do. I've been messing with this thing for a couple hours, like I said, at this point, and lockup's good. It's just really stiff right here in the pivot. What's wild is it drops to there, right? Drops to there, and then gets stiff all the way through here. We're not quite centered, but tighten that one up a little bit, back that one up a little bit. I mean, we're to a point right now, pivot screws could fall out, you know? That's how light we are. And we got a lot of blade play right there. Gotta get, I can't leave that much blade play. Don't want any blade play. Still got blade play. No blade play. But can flick it out, but it takes two hands to close it. So yeah, it is what it is at this point. There's nothing more I can do to it. So I'm gonna send her home. Let Craig decide what he wants to do. If it were me, I'd get a replacement set of scales and try again, because something's clearly off. And when you do work with knives like this, it takes so little bit. The tiniest little imperfection will make the whole thing not be perfectly in whack, you know what I mean? Or aligned or something, and it won't function properly. So I at least wanted to record a video, let you guys know. I tried to record this video, but I failed miserably. Not just in recording the video, making this knife function properly. But also wanted to let you know about these. They're being made. You're going to get doodads, you're going to get lubricant, you're going to get Wiha T6, T8, T10 bits, you're going to get a microfiber cloth, and some stickers. So I will let you guys know when they are ready, and thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys on the next one.